Welcome to Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball, presented by the U.S. Air Force. We're just getting started here in Nashville for the 2025 season of Athletes Unlimited. On opening night, some big stars showed out, and now as we hit the weekend, there's an opportunity to make some moves up the leaderboard. Up first, we've got Team Westbrook taking on Team Colson. Game one couldn't have gone better for Team Westbrook. They piled up the points, 114 to be exact, including an MVP-1 performance from Kia Nurse, who was on fire from deep. For Team Colson, a strong first quarter gave way to some struggles as they dropped their opener. Can they slow down this Westbrook team? We'll find out next. Welcome back to Nashville. Looking forward to an exciting night of AU hoops. Up first, Team Colson taking on Team Westbrook. If you're new to Athletes Unlimited, let's remind you what makes this league so special. 40 of the best in the business, an innovative scoring system. What you do on the court matters not just for your team, but for you individually, as we crown an individual champ at the end of the year, and we redraft each week in this 4-week season. With that, we bring you courtside here inside the Nashville Municipal Auditorium, joined by the legend, the Hall of Famer, Sheryl Swoopes. Greg Meskel here with you. We'll hear from Emily Proud shortly. Sheryl, what we learned on opening night was some teams had a really good night, some teams not so good. But that's the beauty of this league. You can get right back out there.
Absolutely. You know, both of these teams are looking to come in and build off of what they did in night one. And to your point, Team Colson looking for that first win, Team Westbrook looking to build off of what they did. And the good thing about it is they got an opportunity to get a win tonight.
Couple of key players to feature. We start first with the #1 overall pick in the Week 1 draft, Alyssa Peely.
Yeah, Alyssa Peely, she did it all for her team. 14 points, 9 rebounds, and Alyssa Peely, she'll step back behind the three. She can knock it down from deep. She can post you up. She runs the floor in transition. I look for Alyssa Peely to come out and build off of what she did in night one. And for Team Westbrook, Kia Nurse was on fire. Hopefully the off day didn't cool her off too much. She finished with 23 points, 6 for 10 from beyond the arc. But she not only shot threes, she got it done from everywhere, getting out in transition, knocking down bank shots. Kia Nurse was big for her team on opening night.
Let's take a look at our starters. Watch out for the veteran Alicia Clark for Team Colson. They're thrilled to have her in year one here in AU. For Team Westbrook, everyone that took the court played well on Wednesday night. They'll try and repeat the feat. Here's their starting five. And now let's check in with the third member of our team. We'll pass it over to Emily Proud.
Thank you, Greg. Well, Team Westbrook set a new AU single-game record for total points in their debut. So I asked the captain, Avina Westbrook, did that surprise you at all? She said, no, we actually came in on the same page. We all wanted to focus on winning those individual quarter points and full games and not focusing on the individuals. Kia Nurse told me that she felt it in the initial Zoom call after the draft. She said that we were all vibing. Westbrook also said she got every piece she wanted in the draft and added, if we come out how we did for these next 2 games, I'm giving myself GM of the year.
Love it, Emily. Good stuff. And that's the empowerment in this league. The captains, they draft their rosters. And they play a critical role in how these teams play as we get it started. Team Westbrook, Team Colson. And it's Team Westbrook to control.
Boy, Greg, you mentioned it. You know, the important thing about being a captain and you're the one that's doing the drafting is you want to draft players that absolutely can help you win games, but you also want to draft players that play a good style of team basketball. Because as much as you get the quarter points and the game points, you also want to be able to get your individual stat points by sharing the basketball.
Here's Colson sharing with Peely. Step back triple. Just off the side of the rim and away. And we'll be talking points throughout the night, throughout both of our games here. A reminder of the way you can earn points, but also lose points. Kia Nurse, that's one way to earn some points.
She said it doesn't matter how I get a 3. Old-fashioned way. I see you, Kia Nurse. You got to close out on her long because she can knock it down from deep. Just taking her time, putting it on the deck, getting to the hole, drawing the foul. I see you, Kia Nurse.
And now to the free throw line. Had that excellent start on Wednesday and has 3-point play to get us going here. 3-0 start for Team Westbrook. Nurse, the native of Canada, 3-time Olympian. Was recently in Paris last summer. Peely now turns the corner, easy money.
That is one thing that she does really, really well.
Nurse thought about going for that triple right away. Works with Williams. Now Colson, the captain of her squad. Caldwell, the pull-up. Nurse in transition. Off the front rim. Williams right back. Third crack at it, count it, one.
I love this matchup. You got a seasoned vet going up against a rookie, and Elizabeth Williams is going to work the glass, not giving up on it, getting her own rebound, and Alyssa Peely gets called for the foul.
3 opportunities there on that possession for Team Westbrook, and Williams, the veteran out of Duke, the first year here with AU, finishes it off in a 6-2 start. Here's Peely now, member of the Minnesota Lynx, goes to work with the left, blocked by Williams. That's that matchup again.
Absolutely. And Peely's going to go at Williams, but Elizabeth Williams is known as a really good defender and shot blocker in the league.
That'll be an offensive Westbrook with a pretty clear hook on the spin inside. Told you about AU points. Here's a way to earn positive points. So just about everything counts. A three-pointer gets you 30, 2, 20, so on and so forth. And so it's really important to make good plays, but it's also important to not make bad plays. You can quickly detract from your total as well. Here's Clark. Step through. That's a savvy move.
Well, you got a vet on a vet, and Kia Nurse has seen that move from Alicia Clark plenty of times in her career.
Nurse left free. So a couple of deep ball tries here early, off the mark, trying to recapture the heat from the other night. Caldwell draws the crowd.
Good attack by Caldwell.
Leslie, tough shot and hit, and Kiera Leslie.
You know, and lots of times it is. We mentioned it in the open. It's just about getting that first game out of the way, the jitters, and also with AU being different in its unique scoring system, a lot of these players have to adjust to that. And game 2, you can already tell that they've adjusted.
3 balls there for Bria Hartley on the good drive and kick.
I mean, and Team Westbrook just picking up where they left off. In game 1, they had 4 players in double figures. That's just a good sign of moving the basketball and sharing the basketball. 16 for 29 from 3 and 30 assists in game 1.
Sharing the basketball. Here are ways to lose points. Turnover, -10. You see the offensive foul, -16. So players have to keep those in mind. Even if you have this 30-point game, but you took a crazy amount of shots to do it,
absolutely,
the points will reflect that.
And so here's the thing. If I'm, I don't know, a captain or facilitator, I am making sure that my teammates or my players understand what's a good shot and what's not a good shot. 1, for the team, but 2, for your individual stat points.
That was an excellent dish to Williams, by the way, talking about teammates working together. She finishes it off inside, little Euro step through, everything but the connect there from Maya Caldwell. Now here comes Team Westbrook.
You know, because sometimes you'll have a player that's wide open at the 3. And my coach used to tell me there's a reason why you're open, right? And so just because you're open doesn't mean you have to necessarily take that if that's not your streak.
As someone who was repeatedly cut from teams, I heard that a lot too. You're always open. You can't shoot it. Pass that ball.
I don't believe that.
Free throws coming here for Elizabeth Williams. 10-year vet in the W. The number 4 overall pick back in 2015. Good on that first one.
You know, it's not even about the rookies coming in, getting acclimated and needing to get the jitters out. Even for Elizabeth Williams, you know, she is a vet in the W, but she's coming in off of an injury. So for her to be able to come out here and play the way she played in game 1 and picking up where she left off, that's also a good feeling for her.
last season with the sky cut short due to a torn meniscus. So as you said, happy to be back out here and feeling good. Philly on the drive there, and Hartley tracks it down. We have a couple of players here in the AU working their way back from injury. It's a great opportunity to get back in the flow of 5-on-5 for so many.
Well, you know, I talked to Alicia Clark and also Kia Nurse, and Kia Nurse mentioned this in game 1. She wanted to play 5-on-5, right? To be able to get in shape or stay in shape in preparation for the W season. And she said no better way to do that than to come play in Athletes Unlimited. And you know you're going to be playing against some top talent, some good players, and a great way for her to get in shape.
Pick and roll here with Williams, and they're finding Elizabeth Williams now with regularity. She slips inside for the easy 2. Colson tries to push the tempo. Peely will let fly. Struggled from deep on Wednesday night. He's had a couple of looks here. Leslie left alone. Also off the mark. Now out of the pack. Here comes Bradford, who brought such energy on Wednesday night. Good driving kick, beautiful. Harris all day.
That's beautiful.
Money.
Yeah, that's beautiful basketball. Crystal Bradford does such a nice job of recognizing where her teammates are, attacking the paint, and being able to kick it back out to Ty Harris for 3.
Also, we are on dunk alert. Bradford put it out there
yes,
that she's looking for this opportunity. Everyone, look alive if she gets a breakaway. Here's Peely. Good work down low.
Good patience. Good patience.
Billy Wennett-Williams earlier had that shot rebuffed, so it's a little redemption there on the drive. Hartley showing off the handles. It's Bradford. A rainbow triple. Feeling it early.
Ooh, that's pretty. Greg, I like this Westbrook squad. I love this squad. And Crystal Bradford says, not only can I attack and find my teammates, but don't get it twisted because I also can shoot it from deep. Crystal Bradford, I see you.
Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball is sponsored by the U.S. Air Force. Little look there at Media Day here. Athletes Unlimited do such a good job showcasing, highlighting all the athletes in the league. Big photo, video shoot when they arrive in town here in Nashville. Now we come back inside the arena here, and Team Westbrook, Cheryl, staying hot from Wednesday night.
Absolutely, and it's always someone different that's getting it done. We talked in the open about Kia Nurse, just as how hot she was in game 1. But Ty Harris, another one of those players, Crystal Bradford, another player. But a player for me tonight that I'm looking at that's being very aggressive, that is Elizabeth Williams. I expect for her to have a really big game tonight.
They look to get her involved on the post. She's gone to work pretty early on.
Well, I think her advantage, having Alisa Peely defending her on the block. Elizabeth Williams is a vet. She knows how to play the game. She understands mismatches. That's why they're looking at her. They're feeding her. She's going to work in the paint.
2 veterans there, Williams and Nurse. Getting a breather here as we get back to it. First quarter action, all Team Westbrook to start 21-8. Jay Petty has come on now for Team Colson, veteran out of Temple.
Oh, that's a good take.
Caldwell on the drive, stripped on the way through.
I know Maya Caldwell wasn't able to finish that, but I love how aggressive she is, coming off of a double screen attack in the basket.
Here's Caldwell now. She'll go to work. Here's the pull-up. So staying aggressive, just could not get that one to go, and we'll stay down here.
Even though that shot didn't go down, that's something that Team Colson needs to look to do, is find the shooters and be more aggressive looking for their shot.
Peely falls down there on the inbound. They were looking for her as she was making a push there to the right block. Instead, Bradford the other way, and they'll call a charge, offensive foul against Crystal Bradford. We talked about her scoring, so -16 there on Bradford, and the basketball back to Team Colson.
Good D by Alicia Clark.
Feely okay, back on her feet on the other end of the court. Here's Teresa Plaisance. Inside to Clark. Out to Peely. And then a loose ball foul under the basket. That was Petty on the inside trying to gather that offensive rebound.
And that shot that Peely took, even though it didn't go down, you can bet she's going to continue to take it. She's going to be aggressive, but that's a good shot for her.
Good open look. She's had the ability in previous games, not necessarily just yet here in AU, but to catch fire from deep.
That's what she did when she was at Utah.
That's for
the
sure.
Pass.
Plaisance. Oh, everything but the finish. She was right there.
As a player, you hate that, right? Because you know it's going in, and then it does everything but that.
Bell off on the pull-up. Yeah, you've executed almost the perfect play. You've done that a million times.
Yes.
It just doesn't go in for some reason. Peely thought about it, put it on the deck. Battling. Gets her own rebound.
Oh, that's nice.
Good dish. Clark trying to stick with it, and instead it'll go back to Team Westbrook. Let's pass it over to Emily Proud.
Yeah, I just want to let the viewers know you can actually see the live leaderboard here in the arena, and AU newcomer Kia Nurse is at the top of it, but she actually told me she quickly learned not to pay attention to it. She said for the first scrimmage, she found herself checking it during the game, would see herself rise and then drop. It messed with her head, so now she just focuses on playing well as a team and getting those quarter victories, which it looks like they're on track to do here.
Yes. Cheryl, would you be taking
Yes,
a peek at where you were? You would.
Yes, I would.
Yeah.
So I was going to say, Emily, I know that's what Kia said, but it's hard not to, right? Especially when you know how the scoring works and you know ultimately you want to be at the top of that leaderboard. Absolutely, I'm going to be looking at it.
Couple of near makes there for Team Colson, Peely, then Simmons, and now Westbrook. Sherrod from the outside, able to circle the rim and in.
Yes, ma'am. Good shot by Jalen Sherrod.
A 24-8 start here for Team Westbrook. Oh, a big denial on the drive, and Saxton says no.
Basketball will stay with Team Colson.
Inside to Plaisance. Goes right up, and this one works. And now let's welcome in our first chair chat, Elizabeth Williams, stopping by. Elizabeth, concerted effort to get you involved on the post there. A couple of nice moves going to the basket. How you feeling so far?
Yeah, feeling good. We knew they kind of tried to match their starting lineup with us, so we knew we could take advantage inside a little bit, try to get some movement, keep them, moving in ball screens.
So, Elizabeth, we talked about the hot start for Team Westbrook in Game 1. You guys were just letting it fly from beyond the arc. And coming into tonight's matchup,
push.
What was your mentality coming into tonight?
It was the same. We want to come in with an early aggressive start, whether that's just pushing the pace off of defensive rebounds, whether it's also pace in the half court. Getting the ball moving around the horn is really effective for us because we have such dynamic guards. So, yeah, we're just going to try to continue that trend and win every quarter.
Speaking of that, you're about to win this first one. What's going on with these shoot-arounds, Elizabeth? This team has come and dialed in here. You're up 27-10 with 40 seconds left.
Yeah, shoot-around, ooh, ouch.
I was thinking the same thing.
Shoot around, we have a good amount of experience on our team, so people shoot the shots that are game-like shots, whether it's like in the early team shooting or when we split up guards post. So everything feels realistic in practice, and that's what helps it, translate into the game.
So that's Kia Nurse that took a spill there, but she's back up, and possession back to Team Westbrook after the foul call.
CB,
Bradford.
She is something else.
So, Elizabeth, has Crystal talked to you about her dunking ambitions here in AU?
Oh yeah, the other day she was like, she showed me her hand and she had the little blister. She said, "E, I'm getting up there. I'm dunking." So we really don't know what to expect out of CB. Just high level of effort, that's for sure. But, you know, where the ball is going, you just got to have your hands ready.
Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled. Elizabeth Williams, thanks for the time. We'll see you back out there in the second quarter.
All right, thank you.
Stepping into a three, a much-needed bucket for Team Colson. Megan Simmons knocks it down. Bradford, time winding down, and that's all for the first quarter. But once again, Team Westbrook give it to their squad. Plus 60 for everyone in orange. They come out and pick up where they left off, continuing to shoot the basketball very well on their way to an opening quarter win. We're just getting started here. Night 2, week 1. We'll step aside and return to Nashville. Team Westbrook, Team Colson, when we return. Welcome back, and Elizabeth Williams, a veteran here. Her first season with AU, but a veteran from the W, and she's had a nice matchup here against a rising star in the W, Alyssa Peely.
Yeah, Elizabeth Williams came out on a mission. She started for first quarter 9 points, and she was just scoring from everywhere on the floor. Nice post-up, easy finish, but not just getting it done on the offensive end. She's also showing her presence on the defensive end.
We talked about players coming back from injury. What's that thought process? And I'm sure it's different for everyone individually, but to get back on the court and have those first games after an injury, what are they looking for? What are they trying to accomplish?
Well, I think every player that's coming back from an injury, regardless of what that injury is, physically, you know you're ready, right? Because you wouldn't be out there. The doctors wouldn't release you. But it's tougher from a mental standpoint. When I went through my ACL injury, physically, I knew I was fine, but there was still a part of me that every time I made a certain move, I hesitated and I thought about, what if I re-injure myself? So players are absolutely thinking about it, but the more opportunity you get to play, the more reps you get, the more confident you get in your game, and then the mental aspect of it will eventually go away.
How long did it take before you felt like yourself?
Honestly, after the injury, it took me pretty much an entire season.
Yeah.
And I wore a knee brace and knew I didn't need it because I was ready to go. But wearing the knee brace just made me feel more secure in that injury. So it took me an entire season before I was like, you know what, I'm good.
Be a tough recovery, but glad to see her back here as we get underway in the second quarter. Plaisance has that taken. Bradford now. Bradford on the move to the basket and goes with the layup.
I was looking for it. Well, remember in game 1, she told us her pinky toe was bothering her.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's still bothering her or not.
Being trailed there by Aisha Sutherland, had to think twice. Didn't have a full clean runway. 2-0 start here in the second for Westbrook.
Well, I was just going to say, when you talk about the scoring system, Crystal Bradford here just coming up with a steal, 10 points for the steal, and then her ability to take it the length of the floor and turn it into another 20 points for a layup. 30 points in one possession.
So she adds that. She got 60 because her team won the first. This is how you climb that leaderboard. As we got a timeout called here from Team Westbrook, just 1 minute into the second quarter. So we will step aside as well. We'll take a break and return to Nashville. We're back shortly. So actually not a timeout called, it was a captain's challenge. And they were challenging a foul against Kia Nurse. And so they confirmed that the call stands. Now the referees explaining to the teams. Our officials in this one tonight, Angel Kent, JP Prim, and Jessica Fortner.
Huh? So they call that foul on Kia Nurse?
I understand why they challenged. So these are the challenge rules. Again, one in the first 38 minutes, and then you can get another one in the last 2, or if we went to overtime. And you can challenge personal fouls, so that's what we saw there. I'm surprised that they called that on Nurse. That pass came over the top for Plaisance.
Well, Greg, that's why we're over here.
Exactly. Officiating's a hard job. Clock to 4. Simmons knocks it down. She's got 2 triples early here. Megan Simmons, her first year in Athletes Unlimited.
But Megan Simmons, definitely not a stranger to basketball. If she can get her shot falling and get the hot hand, she's going to get Team Colson right back in this game.
Under college ball in Tennessee. Here's Nurse left alone. Circles the rim and out. And now Colson. Opening moment, second quarter. Sutherland left free. Too strong. Bradford able to track that basketball down. It's a 3-2 start here for Colson in the second quarter. Bradford, oh, what a look, Saxton.
And Crystal Bradford's gonna leave her hand up because she needs everybody to know, did you see that pass?
Make sure you get me down for the assist points.
Great court vision.
Colson, the baseline jumper is pure. Sydney Colson on her way to Indiana. Officially now part of the Fever. Harris gets the step, the blow by, count it and one. Ty Harris making moves.
Good attack, good finish. Yes. Great attack by Ty Harris, but for Team Colson, here, just great ball movement. 3 different players catching the basketball, touching the basketball, finding the hot hand, and Megan Simmons knocking down the 3. And you talked about Sid Colson on her way to Indiana. You know, a lot of people talked about last year, like Indiana being a young team, they were a really good team, but missing some vet leadership. And Sid Colson going there, they get some leadership in her at the point guard position. Natasha Howard going there. Just, to me, the Indiana Fever, with the pieces they added to what they already had with Kelsey Mitchell, Caitlin Clark, Aaliyah Boston, this Indiana Fever team is going to make some noise this season.
And that was one of the great stories around Athletes Unlimited, was Sid Colson playing in year 1, really not sure what her future was in the W, and then joining the Aces, part of those championship teams, and really rejuvenated her WNBA career. As we see the bucket here down low to make it 33-20. It's one of the cool opportunities you get by playing in this league. You never know who's watching.
Absolutely.
Emily, you have more.
Yeah, I talked to Sydney Colson today about her signing with Indiana. She told me it was just a really tough decision with the emotional bond she has with everyone in the Aces organization. She said, you know what, I'm at the end of my career. I just wanted to be somewhere that wants to win with a huge focus on culture. She said that Kelsey Mitchell was actually the first person she hit up because they built a bond here, playing AU for the last 3 years. She said she heard some good things about Caitlin Clark from her Aces teammate Kate Martin as well, so that made the decision easy.
And all the social media coverage for Sid now. She's so funny on Instagram, on Twitter. It's about to be channeled in the direction of the Fever. Looking forward to watching a lot of that.
Well, see, and that is another good thing. We talk about AU and what the players get out of it. And as Emily mentioned, Kelsey Mitchell playing in AU last season, Sid Colson being here. They not only get to work on their game, but you build great bonds and great friendships. And so for Sydney to be able to have that conversation with Kelsey just shows how much being a part of AU plays into your professional career.
Nurse here with the rebound. Here's Bradford, full head of steam, fading on that jumper. Simmons goes down, a turnover. Saxton, and Simmons is still down and appears to be in pain. Something we never want to see. Simmons was turning to go up court. Medical staff are out to help.
Yeah, I don't think, like, she didn't collide with anybody. Just kind of lost her balance.
Second look here. She got tripped up there. She was trying to turn and go. Not intentional, of course, but.
Well, I don't even know if she tripped over someone's foot. I think it looked like she just tripped on her own foot, you know?
35-20 the score right now. Again, medical staff out to tend to Megan Simmons. It's heartbreaking to see in her first year here in Athletes Unlimited. Was previously a draft pick of the New York Liberty. We're going to step aside as they help Megan Simmons. We're back with more. And we're back here in Nashville. Training staff helping Megan Simmons off the court. Certainly don't want to speculate, but was in a good amount of pain, and we'll be thinking about her and imagine some evaluation to come now, and we'll try to keep you updated with any updates that come along regarding her condition.
Yeah, you hate to see anybody go down with an injury, so hoping it's just sending her good vibes. Well, and you know, any time a player goes down like that, it affects everybody. And if you notice Team Colson, they all came out on the floor and they were around her, so it definitely impacts you. But then you have to quickly be able to put that aside and come out and continue to do your job. And you know, lots of times that motivates players. When you see one of your teammates go down, it motivates you to come out and play even harder and try to get the win for your teammate.
And right on cue, that's Maya Caldwell to the basket, able to hit. 35-22. Team Colson up 9-8 here in the second quarter. Hartley now. Shot clock to 3. The floater worked. She did it all.
Bria. That's tough, Bria.
Block there. Saxton out to Clark. Trying to fire that pass down low, looking for Kiara Leslie.
Kiara Leslie trying to attack the basket, and Saxton coming over. Great help side, getting a piece of it. No. That's nice. You know, Victoria Saxton, she did a lot of that at South Carolina as a Gamecock.
Inbound here. Shot clock to 7 as Colson pulls it back out. Timer to 3. Running out of time. A tie-up, a strip, a takeaway. Bradford with the rip. The outlet to Nurse. On the break, puts it home. We get a timeout, and then on the other end, Victoria Saxton being helped off the court for the moment.
Great D. Bria Hartley just helping. Crystal Bradford always keeping her head up, finding Kia Nurse for an easy 2. Listen, if I am Crystal Bradford's teammate, I am going to get out and run every single time she has the ball, because she's going to find you.
And in the center of your screen there, that's Victoria Saxton. To help her off of the bench, so hopefully nothing too serious there. Training staff will talk with her. Well, fans are planning your trip to see AU Pro Basketball in Nashville. Book your lodging through Nashville Music City. Speak with a local expert for personalized assistance and access to exclusive, unpublished hotel rates. Visit auprosports.com/basketball/travel to reserve your stay today. Just a reminder, as we see Simmons go off, Saxton go off, these are not deep rosters, only 40 players, 10 on a team. And so that's the beauty of it. Everyone gets an opportunity, but it also doesn't allow for the depth you see in some other leagues.
Absolutely. And again, you know, you never want to see a player go down, but when you don't have a very big roster, it's next player up. So everybody has to stay ready because your opportunity is going to come.
Bria Hartley knocks it down from the outside. Team Westbrook again shooting the basketball well, 60% from beyond the arc, 57% from the field. Caldwell left alone. Responds, rattles in that three.
Maya Caldwell, I am a fan. There's something about her athleticism, her defense, just her basketball IQ. I love watching her play.
Harris, right back.
Ty Harris, she has really become a lethal three-point shooter.
Here's Clark. Can't answer. Bradford there with the rebound. So an 18-12 lead here in the second for Westbrook. They lead 45-25 overall. Three-pointers have made a difference. They're 7 for 11. Team Colson just 3 for 14. Nurse looking to add. Williams back in, rebound. Harris the reload. And Peely's there for the board. Oh, Nurse picks the pocket, and then the veteran move pegs it out of bounds off of Leslie.
Kia Nurse just getting it done everywhere on the floor. Her shot's not falling like it did in game one, but she is still contributing, just coming from behind, knocking it out of Peely's hands, then smart enough to throw it off of Leslie. She's like, oh yeah, I'm a vet.
A big smile there after regaining possession. And now Nurse, that one is off target. She had to cringe. That was not what she had in mind.
I know, her facial expression was like, oh no, 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 no. Usually, but if I shoot something like that, I'm looking at the ref like, ref, I got fouled.
Yes, you've got to sell the
There's
foul.
no way I'm going to shoot it that bad.
That's the rule, sell the foul. 30-second timeout is called here. A 45-25 lead for Team Westbrook. One of the reasons Cheryl Crystal Bradford again bringing her trademark energy to this Westbrook attack.
Yeah, she just does it on both ends of the floor, defensively, offensively, has 7 points right now, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, and that's because she always keeps her head up. She can knock down her own shot. She's going to find her teammates, whether that's in transition, whether it's in the half court. Nice job of finding Bell, who steps up and knocks it down. But Crystal Bradford always looking to be aggressive with or without the basketball. A big reason why Team Westbrook has a 20-point lead right now.
The star at Central Michigan was the MAC Player of the Year and Defensive Player of the Year in the same season. Out of Detroit, and just stuffs the stat sheet. As you said, it does everything in every category.
And a player like that is hard to defend because if you play off of her, she's going to knock the three. If you get up in her space, she's good enough and quick enough that she can put the ball on the deck and get to the hole, create for herself, or find her teammates, just like Elisa Peely did that time, just attacking the basket and being able to finish.
Good head fake there, the outside shot not working, and Peely makes her way to the bucket. So Team Colson, again, don't forget, just 4 points off the lead here for this second quarter where 60 points are up for grabs.
Oh, that's
good position. Nurse fouled.
Good pass by Elizabeth Williams. And Kia Nurse and Alicia Clark remind me so much of each other. They're big body guards that can absolutely play on the perimeter, but they're strong enough. If a smaller guard's on them, they're going to take them down low, post up, and they're either going to score or draw a foul.
This veteran core on Team Westbrook, you think about Nurse and Harris and Bradford, it's just tough to stop. They're so confident. Williams, of course, they come in ready to go right out of the gate, knowing some of the things they want to do, and second game in a row now, they've jumped on the opposition before the other side knows what's up.
And a lot of what they're doing is just things you can't teach or coach, right? And that has a lot to do with the veterans on this team, and Evina Westbrook knew exactly what she was doing when she drafted this squad, because you talk about it. You have Ty Harris, who isn't a vet, but she's been in the league long enough that you could consider her a vet. Elizabeth Williams, Kia Nurse, Crystal Bradford, Bria Hartley. They have all of the pieces.
Harris, the pick, and the easy lay on the other end.
But you know what's going to be bad about this team? You're probably not going to see them together next week. Because when the draft happens, I guarantee you a lot of these players are going to be going to other squads.
That so often happens. It's tough to keep an all-star squad together because the draft ends up picking them apart. By the end, some folks lucky if they can get a couple of people together that were still on the same team in week 1.
And that matters, because you don't get a lot of practice time in between games or in between drafts. So it helps when you have veteran players on your team who understand how to play together.
Leslie, nice drive there, just a little too strong off the glass. Under 2 to play, first half. Stepping back. That was the captain, unable to hit. Jalen Sherrod, the good hustle into the scores table. Hopefully she's okay. Second look there to put the brakes on.
That's a great hustle by Jalen.
Sherrod will take a seat. Hartley will return, so Sherrod's going to try and walk that off. Might have just collided a little bit there with the scores table. About 90 seconds to go now, first half. Here's Peely. Peely posting, spinning with the left.
That's beautiful. Great recognition by Clark. Elisa Peely just doing a nice job of getting deep position on Kia Nurse. Nice spin move for her. Easy two.
Here's Nurse, changing hands, hitting, and one.
She's hit right back at you. Kia Nurse. And Plaisance has to close out deep because she knows Kia Nurse is going to knock it down, but Kia recognizing it, just putting her head down, get to the hole, and one.
Power drive there from
that
Nurse.
Was tough.
Good on the free throw.
So don't tell me Kia ain't paying attention to that leaderboard.
Maybe taking a slight peek rather. She's at the very top now. 892 points.
Nice kick out.
Plaisance. Good clean look, just couldn't bury it. Westbrook now. Harris trailing, thought about it. Little stop and go. That's filthy.
Ty Harris. Ty, don't be so mean.
The handles, the jumper, all of it for Ty Harris. Caldwell blocked. Westbrook.
Okay, I like the block. I like the D, Evina. But Ty Harris, don't be so mean. Ooh, wait, I'm going, no, I'm not. Behind the back, pull back. It's good. Whew. And Evina Westbrook, I see the D.
Caldwell.
Oh.
Plaisance, good fight. Clark steps into it. A couple of great looks here for Team Colson.
Good pass.
Harris now on the run out to Nurse. Can't finish. Shot clock is off. Last 12 seconds.
Yeah, Kia Nurse wants that one back. I love this squad. Well, you would think they've been together for months now, the way they move the ball and share the ball, and they just understand the way each other plays.
And they've got 60 more points to go with it as Team Westbrook. They take the second quarter 27-16. They lead 54-29 overall. 60 more points for Team Westbrook. Another dominant start. What an excellent beginning for this team. that again was just assembled, but looks like they've been together for a long, long time. Offense, defense, the hustle, doing it all. We're back after this.
We have officially hit halftime here in the Music City. Week 1 of AU basketball action. Team Westbrook leading Team Colson 54-29 at the half. And while the basketball is fantastic here, there's so much more to this tournament than just basketball. I'm sure you've seen on social media all the fun these girls are having. If you haven't, you should be following AU basketball online. But they take us behind the scenes and show us that Media Day is not very fun at all.
Media Day is insane. We got the glam suite, we got a charcuterie board, we have a ring lights. Like, what more can you ask for?
You weren't even in the frame and I'll push you on the... Hey!
Highlight of my day so far, watching Taj Cole get her makeup done.
I actually got my makeup done for the first time in my life today.
We had our athletes making causes cards, TikTok, outfit of the day.
Influencers, content creators from the Nashville area in here.
This court is gorgeous. I've thrown an event here, but I ain't never shot no basketball here, so it's amazing to me.
Our spotlight shoot with a gradient background, we kind of wanted to set the mood.
We've added a lot of new stuff this year, new lights, new backdrops.
Everybody's so professional and so talented at what they do.
And I love when they walk into the locker room, they're like, this is all for me.
Finally putting a face to a name with the athletes.
I just sat down with Jordan Horston and we watched some of the Lady Ball game together.
Again, face beat, keep it sweet. Keep it sweet.
Can't imagine they're all that used to seeing cowboy boots at their locker, but that's what you get here in Nashville. And we pack a lot of basketball into just a month. It goes by quick. We got 24 games. All games are available to watch nationwide, like right here on FanDuel. We got 14 games carried jointly on the WNBA app and FanDuel Sports Network. If you want to get that full schedule, go to proausports.com. We have hit halftime here in Nashville. Ty Harris with a fantastic first half, 12 points for her. We will be right back with more action after this. Halftime here in Nashville, where Team Westbrook continues their historic start in the opener, exploding for 54 first half points as they lead Team Colson at the half. In our second game of the night, we have Team Bell taking on Team Harrison, and we caught up with team captain Izzy Harrison as she tells us what it means to be a good captain.
Wearing a C on my jersey to represent me being a captain, I think it just means that you want to put your best foot forward. You're representing yourself, you're representing your team, your color that week. It's not just about the captain or the facilitator, it is a collective group effort to be able to get those wins for the week. I'm a huge collaborator. I love working with my team. I love being able to just hear their thoughts and what they think we should try for, games, plays, whatever it is. I also feel like having, really good timeouts and like halftime conversations, that tends to be a difference maker for the teams that I've been on before. And that comes with strategizing, again, listening to each other and just seeing who's the best 5 to be out there to win the game.
It's Harrison's 4th season playing AU ball, and fans here locally know her well. Born and raised in Nashville, played for the Lady Balls just down the road in Knoxville, holds many career records here at AU Pro Basketball, including the 2022 Defensive Player of the Year. The second half here in Nashville is just ahead. We saw 10 points from Kia Nurse. You can see her and Team Westbrook next.
To the city where the dogs come to eat, where the winners come to play, and where the music in the streets, where the women really hooping. Please don't act like you ain't seen them. Price went up on all them jerseys. 40 players all competing. What we finna do? What we finna do?
Halftime here in Nashville. All Team Westbrook to start 54-29. Now let's go into the game with the U.S. Air Force and hear from Crystal Bradford.
Mama! Here we go. And Nurse is getting back, starting where she started. I'm crying, that's true.
I'm gonna make it through here, I promise you.
That's true, all right. No pressure, but a little pressure. Let's rebound crazy right here. Guards, let's rebound crazy right here. Let's go, baby. It's just you on the rebound, nobody else. Keep stepping up like it's working or something. They doing it like it's working.
The roll down is not there.
I love her energy.
I don't really care what the score is, what's going on. Crystal Bradford is always going to be Crystal Bradford and bring the energy every single night.
Cheryl Swoops, Greg Meskel here with you. We heard from Emily Proud moments ago. I know it's cliche to talk about energy and excitement, but that stuff means something to a team.
Oh, it does. And anytime you have a player that you know they're going to bring that energy, they're going to uplift every single other player on the team, it goes a long way and it brings a lot to this team. And Crystal Bradford not only brings the energy off the court, but when she's playing, she just gets the job done. She'll spot up behind the arc. She can knock it down from deep. And you see the excitement, the celebration, but also she's always looking to get her teammates involved. Nice job of attacking, finding her shooters, able to create for herself, finishing at the rim. Crystal Bradford, a big reason why this team is doing what they're doing at halftime. And Ty Harris, I talked about her in the first half. I love how much she's worked on her game, her three ball, but she also does a nice job of attacking, getting to the paint. She's a strong guard, finishing and one. Ty Harris, Don Staley would be so proud. I love it. Nice pull up. She can shoot the three. She attacks the rim. Ty Harris, the ultimate point guard that you want to have on your team.
We look at our halftime stats. This is a little reminiscent of Wednesday night when you talk about Team Westbrook just shooting the basketball so much better than their opponent. The three ball has again been a struggle for the opposition, and it's been a strength for Team Westbrook.
Yeah, Team Westbrook shooting 7 for 15 from beyond the arc, and just so good at recognizing who has a hot hand, getting the ball to the right person at the right time. And on the other side of that, Greg, for Team Colson, only shooting 3 for 20 from behind the three-point line. They've got to find something to do. They got to do something different in the second half to get back in this game.
Let's take a look at our live leaderboard, our top 10 currently. Remember, the top 4 players, they become captains for next week and then draft next week's rosters. Ty Harris currently right there, Kia Nurse giving chase. Bradford and Hartley. And again, remember, it's your individual stat points, but also your team win points. That's why so many on the Orange squad are up high, because they played in the first 2 quarters as well. That's 120 points in addition to what they've been able to do on the court. Let's find out more. We had a couple of injuries in the first half. Emily has an update.
Yeah, some unfortunate news to start the second half. Megan Simmons and Victoria Saxton will both be inactive for the second half. We saw them both go down in the second quarter with injuries. They will not come back out and play for their team. That's, of course, a huge loss for both of these squads, but for Team Westbrook in particular, they already came into this game without Soraya Maguire, so they are really thinning out.
Thanks, Emily. That's tough to have a second loss there for Team Westbrook. Of course, keeping all those athletes in our thoughts here. Hopefully we can see them back here soon. But you mentioned that next woman up mentality. Yeah. It only gets amplified.
Yeah, it is unfortunate, and hope that both of those players are okay. And, you know, for Team Colson right now, losing Megan Simmons is big for them, as she was the one player who was finding her range from deep.
Yeah, Simmons had knocked down a couple of threes, 2 for 3, 6 points. So we'll have to do more with less as we get started in this second half. Third quarter action, 54-29. Team Westbrook in front.
I just love the ball movement from Team Westbrook.
And Williams knocks down the short pop.
You know, my coach used to say the ball will find who it's supposed to find when it's supposed to find that person in that possession. Team Westbrook just doing a nice job of sharing the ball, finding Elizabeth Williams for a nice, easy 2.
Here's Peely. Williams, the shot block. They've dueled a few times now, and Williams another block there. Here's Hartley. Nurse, nice screen. Not there.
Yeah, the battle with Elizabeth Williams and Elisa Peely has been a good one.
Long cross-court pass. And a good drive there. Just circles the rim and out. One of those nights here for Team Colson, as Leslie could not convert. That ball gets away from Team Westbrook. Fans, a reminder, the AU Pro Shop is excited to announce that our best-selling Nike replica jerseys are back. This signature style in black and gold was designed with our fans in mind and is the perfect game day addition to your wardrobe. Visit the AU Pro Shop on the concourse or shops.auprosports.com to purchase yours today. It's Leslie. That works. Kiara Leslie from distance.
And Sid Colson always looking to make the extra pass, finding Kiara Leslie for a nice three. Big bucket.
First year with AU out of NC State. Westbrook gives a little bump and knocks it down.
Ooh, that was nice. Might have been a little push.
Leslie back to work and makes it happen.
Okay. Now Team Colson, they've got to find a way to get some stops if they want to get back in this game.
Williams pops free. That's good ball movement again.
Yeah, and that's too easy. Wait, if you're Team Colson right now and you're trying to get back in this game, you found a little rhythm on the offensive end, but defensively you have to get some stops.
Healy, she was due to knock one down from three-point land. That's her first, now 1 for 6. She's had a couple that rattled in and out.
Yeah.
That one sinks.
And that might be exactly what she needed to see.
Westbrook short on the triple. 8-6 start for Team Colson here in the third. It's been all Leslie and gets the friendly roll here, so a great start for Kiara Leslie.
And I love how aggressive Kiara Leslie has come out to start this third quarter for Team Colson.
Hardly thought about it off the screen. Takes it there. And the shooting excellence continues here for Team Westbrook. Healy on the inside, double team arrives. They were ready. Good to see Jalen Sherrod back in.
Yeah.
She bumped into the scorers table in the first half, but back on the court. Here's Leslie. She says had the hot hand. Clark wrapped up.
I knew that was coming. Alicia Clark was like, oh no, I am going to post up Bria Hartley. Give me the rock.
That is her second. Team's first.
We'll see Bradford ready to return.
Checking number 54, Crystal Bradford, replacing number 1, Elizabeth.
And Williams will take a seat.
Basketball stays with Team Colson.
Elizabeth Williams, 13 points, 4 rebounds. This is what Team Westbrook does already. They have 4 in double figures tonight. Leslie. A rare miss here in the third. And now Harris.
Yeah, Greg, you mentioned it. Team Westbrook, they do such a good job of moving and sharing the basketball. That's how they always end up with 3 to 4 players in double figures.
Leslie on the drive. Look to draw some contact. Now Hartley out of the pack. Hartley, she'll take it herself. And the foul.
That's nice, Bria Hartley. Just taking it from coast to coast. Someone has got to stop the basketball. Bria Hartley recognizes no one's going to stop me. Oh, I got the rock. That's an easy bucket.
Talked about folks making their way back from injury. Bria Hartley, someone else who's traveled that path, and confident drive there to the bucket, puts it home, has the three-point play.
Well, and you asked me how long it took me to come back from injury, which was absolutely a year. And Bria Hartley, she looks the best I've seen her in the last 2 seasons coming back from her injury. She looks 100% healthy, and I would absolutely love to see her make a W roster this season. She looks really good right now.
Joined by the Hall of Famer, the Olympic gold medalist, Cheryl Swoops. Greg Meskel here with you, Emily Pratt, our reporter. And Bria Hartley now 13 points, Team Colson getting one back, but trailing 65-41. Still leading by one in this quarter. Here's Sherrod, and that's good from long range. Jalen Sherrod converting.
That was nice.
First season with Athletes Unlimited out of Colorado. Looking into Plaisance. Was in low, just could not convert under the bucket. Now Harris. Hartley all day. Knock it down, Bria Hartley one time.
And she just stepped right into that, and Ty Harris doing what a good point guard does. Just nice penetration. She got a foot in the paint and knew where her shooter was. Bria Hartley stepping up, knocking it down. That is such beautiful basketball. Bria Hartley, we are here for it.
All Team Westbrook, a 30-point edge right now, 71-41, 4:49 to go in the third. We talked a lot about it. The W well represented here in Athletes Unlimited. A look at the connections between AU and the W, and signings popping up all the time. I'm sure more updates to come as we go through the rest of the AU season. But with that in mind, we go back to the chair chat. Welcome in the head coach of the Minnesota Lynx, head coach of Team USA, Cheryl Reeve. Coach, thanks for stopping by.
Absolutely. It's good to be here in Nashville supporting Athletes Unlimited.
Coach, you're here. You have one of your players in this very game. What's it like, and we asked Becky Hammond this the other day, to kind of be a spectator of a player that you coach? Do you find yourself wanting to suggest things?
A little bit. I consider doing like my dad used to do and just kind of make this timely walk by a certain area where you know they're going to be. but I refrained.
I know that's hard for you to do. Okay, Coach, I got to say this so everybody knows. So game one, we're broadcasting, and I made a comment and said, Coach, Cheryl, if you're watching, I need to see Peely in the game more. And you text me and said, I'm watching.
I'm watching.
So now I got to be careful what I say, because that means more coaches are watching.
No, you say what you're seeing. I like it. I actually appreciated your affinity for Peely and the things that she does well, and a young player who's just here trying to learn. And,
yeah.
I also agree with you that if the shot's not falling, there's other ways to get a good shot, like you saw she did tonight, where she got her defender up in the air and attacked the rim. And we worked long and hard with her in Minneapolis. Rebecca Brunston and Lindsay Whalen have really been working on things exactly like that. But her three ball is really good. It's unfortunate, she finally saw one go down. Yeah. She can shoot that thing.
Well, Coach, when you come out and you're here, first of all, thanks for coming out to support. But what is it about AU that excites you to watch it?
I just think players having a chance to play stateside. I think that's big. I know that they're enjoying some of the player-centric aspects of this, where they're deciding things, and I think that's great. And but I think it's all about opportunity. It's a month here in February at a really crucial time, I think, for players to hone their skills and get ready for the W season.
Hey, timeout on the floor. We'll keep things here. Coach, you mentioned it, a 4-week season, a little bit of a training camp before they get started. What would you want to see a player accomplish? We're talking about one of your players, Alyssa Peely. Is there a thing or things you'd hope she'd work on in this time period before she comes back to your squad?
Yeah, no question. And I think that's the balance for these players here, is that they're trying to win this game, right? But I would like Peely to work on some things that's going to help her, help us win games when we get to May. And so there's that balance of, hey, I want to work on some things, but I'm also, my team needs me to, maybe there's a mismatch that maybe isn't going to be a mismatch in the W. That's not what they're thinking about in these moments. But I think for just a young player, we've got some young players or some players that are bubble players for the W, just continuing to play and listening to, maybe some of the feedback that they get that they need to improve upon. And this is the time to try those things. And, if they do that, then I think they put themselves in better position.
Yeah, when I found out that Peely was going to be playing in Athletes Unlimited, I was really excited, because I thought this was a great opportunity for her to do just that, to hone in on her skills, to work on her game. My question for you is, when you watch her play in Athletes Unlimited and you see the things that she's doing, what is it that you think she can take from here back to the Lynx and get ready for training camp?
confidence, momentum. I think that's probably more than anything. You know, this is a player, a rookie that came to a really good team in the Lynx, you know, coming out of college, and you know, hard to carve out minutes on the floor, and so, you know, you're basically practicing, and you know, you don't get the game experience, and so I think just building momentum, whether they're here or, you know, playing in other leagues, that's what they need. You know, they get some confidence and bring that into the training camp.
We've talked a lot about this league being a showcase for some athletes that are unsigned. They'd love to maybe get back to the W or make a roster. From a general evaluation standpoint, we know what the stats would be. What else would coaches, GMs be looking for to see if someone could crack that roster? It's so tough to make those teams.
I think players understand what's needed in that space. You know, if you're going to make the team, you're making it as number 11 or number 12. And so what is your ability to understand your game? You know, you're not coming there as a go-to player. You know, you might be doing that here at AU, but understanding what your role would be and what your team needs you to do, you know, and having perspective about your game. I think that's probably the biggest thing that we need from them, and be productive members of a 12-person team.
Last thing for you, looking back to last summer, just the excitement and the crowds. It seemed like every event in Paris was packed. Got the chance to be at a few of your games for Team USA. What was it like to be a part of the energy and the excitement around women's basketball on the world stage?
It was incredible. Obviously, the momentum we had stateside, right, for the WNBA season, and you know, it was a little crazy at times, but overall, it was incredible momentum, and to be in Paris and to feel all that, and you know, some of our games up in Lille, France, that we're playing in a 30,000 seat facility, and it's selling out, and just incredible. You know, obviously difficult too, but incredible to see for women's basketball.
Yeah, and before you go, it's not a question, it's more of a comment. As a former player in the W, I personally want to just say to you, thank you for all you continue to do for the league, Coach, and also just thank you for giving former players an opportunity. I know your entire staff is made up of retired W players, and we absolutely need more opportunity like that, and more coaches like you who see the vision, so thank you.
I appreciate you, Swoops. You know, I'm a big fan of yours.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Thanks.
Coach Aruli, thanks for joining us. 77-45.
Listen, I would be nervous, right? And she just said it like she thinks she's making Peely nervous being that close to her, because here's the thing. You know, Peely being on the Minnesota Lynx, and they had an incredible season last year, and of course she wants more playing time, so she wants to make sure she's doing the right thing here, and then you know that your head coach is here watching, so you want to make sure you're doing the right thing and you're looking good, so your coach can compliment you and say, okay, you have earned and deserve more playing time next season.
But as Coach Reed mentioned, right, that's a team that was right there in the finals. It's hard to carve out playing time.
A stacked team. Yeah, it is.
How do you break in? It was a very good roster, right? So I think that's one of the huge challenges as well. If she plays, who doesn't play? And that's the hard part for any coach.
Well, Greg, lots of times it's about waiting your turn, right? And I know that's easier said than done for a lot of players, but when you are a rookie, regardless of what team you go to in the W, the chances of you breaking into that roster or getting playing time is pretty slim to none, because the talent above you is so good that you have to wait your turn. But it's an opportunity for you to learn, to work on your game. You have great vets on your team. So just being patient, waiting your turn, and knowing that if you put the work in, your time will come.
And a chance here to put some work in, to showcase the skills, the talent. I thought it was interesting what you talked about too. Players coming out of the AU that aren't signed, understanding where they'd fit on the end of a roster, how they can use a role in the W to that team's advantage, knowing that they're not going to necessarily be a starter right out of the gate.
Well, you know, I've seen it in the 4 seasons now that I've been a part of AU. Every season there's been a player or 2 or 3 that has gotten invited to a training camp. And that's all you ask for, right, is an opportunity. And when you get that opportunity, it's up to you to make the most out of it.
Hartley to the bucket, couldn't hit. Still a 30-point edge here for Team Westbrook. Leslie on the other end cans the triple.
Kiara Leslie has found her stroke.
She's got 12, 2 of those from distance. Westbrook with a 2-point lead here, so this third quarter 60-point total very much up for grabs, even though Westbrook has control of the overall game. And there's a foul on Sutherland. Would you like a chance to win a basketball autographed by our AU Pro basketball athletes? Now's your chance. Go to auprosports.com/enter to sign up to win. Sherrod now with 1:15 to go in the third. Pull up over Plaisance. On the other end, TP knocks it down.
Team Colson right now trying to slowly cut into this lead. Great find by Leslie, good finish by Colson. But Crystal Bradford said, not on my watch. Whew, that's tough.
Carried that ball like a running back to the defense, was not going to be denied. Petty out to Leslie. And now Sherrod. And she'll slow things down. About an 11-second difference here. Shot and game clock. Westbrook up 1 in the quarter, trying to secure the 60 points. Sherrod, nowhere to go. Timer to 3, to 2, and Bell is fouled as she worked on Petty. With 14.2 in the quarter, just 3 on the shot clock. Free throws coming here.
And that is a tough foul, because Team Colson only 1 point down in this quarter, trying to walk away with 60 points in this quarter.
Big chance here for Bell to try and secure the quarter win. Good on the first. Nisha Bell out of Minnesota. There's an All-American pick there for the Golden Gophers, and 2 free throws. So a 27-24 lead here in the third. Again, if we are tied at the end of a quarter, it rolls over to the next quarter. So with just 14.2 seconds left, Team Colson trying to at least draw level if they can.
Yeah, and Ranika Hodges, who's the facilitator for Team Colson, she is in that huddle trying to draw up probably a 3-point play to at least tie it up. And shout out to Ranika being a part of the New York Liberty staff who just won their first W championship.
It's been all Team Westbrook. Bria Hartley, the latest to step up. 16 points tonight, 1 of 5 in double figures.
Yeah, Bria Hartley just picking up where she left off in night 1, just finding her shot, pushing in transition, getting to the hole, finishing, knocking down threes. Bria Hartley has been huge for Team Westbrook tonight.
All right, fans, we've got a tight one here in the third quarter.
14.2 seconds left.
As we finish up our stretch run.
And Team Colson trying for the tie. There's Bria Hartley, her overall point totals. This Team Westbrook squad dominating the top of the leaderboard right now with their effort on Wednesday, and then what they've done through 2 quarters here. Leslie now into the front court.
Well,
7 seconds left. They've got to go here with 2, with 1. Caldwell, that's blocked. And Team Westbrook finishes off the third. They'll take another quarter. 60 more points. And they are well on their way to another victory here. You get 180 when you win the game. Team Westbrook 1 quarter away. It's another balanced effort, and they are in complete control.
Hey, last thing, God didn't give us the spirit of fear, all right? So don't play timid. Let's play. Come on, let's go.
Together on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Together. Let's go, baby. Turn it up. Pull up, baby. We love it. We love it. We love it. A center that can shoot. We love it. Nobody screen. Y'all could have screened 2 feet. I've been saying it all day. Yeah. Hey, defense, call out the switch. Hey, hey. That's too easy.
Did she say a center that can shoot? We love it?
Yes.
Okay, I thought she did. But we talk about the energy that she brings, and it's so nice to see, even in the huddle. It doesn't really matter if she's in the game, if she's on the bench. She is consistently uplifting her teammates and bringing the energy.
I'd be a fan of her being mic'd up. Every game, she brings a lot. It's pretty fun to listen in. Here's a look at our live leaderboard. She's right there. Harris in the driver's seat. Let's check in with Emily Proud.
Yeah, so I actually told Kia Nurse that we were miking up Crystal Bradford tonight. She cut me off. She said, oh no. She said there are probably some one-liners that are not going to make air because families are watching. Those are her words. But she also said she doesn't care what time of day it is. Bradford is always bringing the energy you guys talk about. She's an absolute vibe. She does it in such a positive and comedic way, and said that you really need somebody on your team like that because it just filters through everyone.
That's so true. Just that energy, that vibe, you can see it throughout this entire Team Westbrook squad.
I love watching this team play. They're playing hard, they're competing, they're winning, but most of all, they're having fun and enjoying each other. We were talking about Team Westbrook going into the break, and in 7 quarters, they have not lost a quarter. Night 1 tonight, they've won all 7 quarters.
And even when it gets a little bit tight, like it did in the third, they are great at closing out close quarters.
Yeah, if you saw the third quarter, they picked up full court, and they said, we're not going to allow Team Colson to just dribble the ball up easily and have a wide open look. I think it's safe to say that this team will absolutely be broken up next week.
Every other athlete's watching this squad and saying, I'd like to have her on my team. Look at what she does well. Foul there on the drive. Bell taking to the basket. Obviously, the points are one thing. You look at some of the other stats. The three-pointers have started to even out, but again, Team Westbrook built their lead early, being able to take control there. Points in the paint, they have the edge 32-20, and also off the bench 28-16, so getting more out of their reserves. A couple of areas that really stand out.
Well, and I'll go back to Crystal Bradford because we've talked about her energy and everything she brings. Again, this game, 7 rebounds, 13 points, 7 assists. And they just do such a nice job of moving and sharing the basketball.
Also, if you're going to shoot almost 58% from the field, I like your chances.
Yeah, I do too.
12 of 13.
Not a bad night.
Not at all. 12 of 13 from the free throw line as well. Here's Leslie. Bradford all over that rebound. Bell. Sutherland was there to defend. Caldwell.
That's nice. Nice change of direction. Way to attack, get in the paint. Good pull up, Maya Caldwell.
She's got 10, so the third into double figures now for Team Colson. Caldwell, 10 points, 4 boards. And now Sherrod. Good drive and kick there. Timer to 2 for Ty Harris at the horn. Sutherland thought about that three-pointer.
Well, here's the difference when I look at Team Westbrook and Team Colson, especially in the half court. Team Westbrook, they do a really nice job of moving the basketball, passing, cutting, moving without the ball. And on the other side with Team Colson, everyone's just kind of standing and they're watching and waiting for one person to do something with the basketball. Instead of moving, move the ball, move yourself, and the ball will find the person it's supposed to find to take the shot.
And we go back to our chair chat. Welcome in from Team Westbrook, Bria Hartley. Bria, 16 points, 3 boards. Thanks for stopping by.
No problem.
So we've talked to quite a few of your teammates. We're trying to get a better sense of how this team has come together so well. You're playing lights out. What do you attribute to the strong start for Team Westbrook?
I think we have a team that with a lot of scorers. Everyone can score, and everyone's willing to move the ball. So the way we're able to just move the ball and get open shots, and whoever's open is able to knock it down. We got a lot of shooters. We get up a lot of shots, so we have a lot of confidence in one another to do that.
And it shows. Bria, I want to talk about your game, and You look so confident coming into this game. Night one you did, but tonight it looks like you're picking up where you left off, and I know you're coming off of an injury a couple of years ago. How does it feel to finally play free and be healthy?
It feels really good. You know, it's been a really long journey for me, and I just want to thank God for the opportunity to be here, to be able to play, and it's a blessing. So I just want to come out there and do everything I can every time I'm on the floor, and I've worked really hard day by day, so I know that I have that confidence in myself.
Down the other end here, we're talking with Bria Hartley, 83-57, Team Westbrook leading Team Colson. Cheryl was kind of hitting on this. So many players looking for different things out of this season. I know you had talked before the year got started about coming here, trying to get your body right, trying to make a roster. How much is the future kind of on your mind as you're playing this 4-week season?
It's there a little bit, but I try to live day by day, take it one day at a time, and right now I'm here to play basketball and enjoy it and have fun. So that's the biggest thing I want to do. Go out here, don't look too far ahead, and just live in the moment.
Well, and so in saying that, what was your ultimate decision to play in AU?
It was a bunch of different things. I also have an 8-year-old son. I played overseas the majority of my career. And the last 2 years kind of 1 year rehabbing, and then last year playing overseas, I've been away from him a lot.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to get that time with him, and then AU presented itself. And it's nice to be back and be able to play in America a little bit, and with my peers and with a bunch of players that I've played against and with throughout my career. So I thought it was a really fun opportunity to just enjoy and love basketball again.
We've been asking folks about the scoring system. There's a giant scoreboard right there next to the court that gives you an idea of exactly where you stand. How much do you keep an eye on that?
I think we watch a little bit, you know, after the games. I think the biggest thing with our team, we want to win every quarter. We take it one quarter at a time, and we know if we win the quarters, ultimately we can win the game, and that'll help us get higher up on the leaderboard.
Well, y'all are doing just that. You haven't lost a quarter yet, and I'm not going to put a jinx on you, but you haven't lost a quarter yet. But, Bria, the last thing I want to say to you is I've watched you play at UConn. I know your career, and I am just so happy to see you back out here on this court doing what you love, playing well, and you're healthy. So best of luck to you, and we're going to let you go so you can get ready to get back in the game.
Thank you so much, and trust me, that means so much to me.
You're welcome.
That's Bria Hartley joining us here from Team Westbrook. Bradford around the back to Nurse. Little fade and hit, that works.
Okay, Kia got a little post-up game. Nice little turnaround fadeaway jumper.
Colson leading 9-6 in this quarter. This was similar to the third, where they got the overall lead in the quarter early, and then Team Westbrook came back. Caldwell springs free. Will lead to a timeout.
This will be a media timeout.
So a timeout called. Bria Hartley, 16 points. A major reason why Team Westbrook is on their way to a second straight win here early in season 4. More AU basketball coming up, and we'll see this woman, Maddie Siegrist, got off to a great start back in the AU and filling it up. She was a major reason why her squad and Team Harrison got off to the good start.
Absolutely. If you haven't watched Maddie Siegrist, you're in for a good show and a good time. 23 points, 10 rebounds in night one. Maddie Siegrist is a baller. She competes, she plays hard, and I can't wait to watch her in game 2 tonight.
Stand out for the Wings, and that's coming up at 8:30 Eastern. Team Harrison, Team Bell on tap.
I mean, you're starting the season off with a double-double. That's not a bad way to start.
And we talked about folks coming back from injuries. Siegrist, another in that category, working her way back. 87-64 here. Question going into tomorrow will be, can anyone stop Team Westbrook?
Only Team Westbrook, I think.
You've been calling AU hoops for 4 seasons. Can you remember a team that was assembled right out of the gate week
No.
1, and just
I'm not even going to let you finish. No. Seriously, I think this might be the best team and the best start that I've seen since AU started 4 years ago. And when you think about the newcomers that is on Team Westbrook, right? The newcomers to AU. The only returners, I'm looking at the roster, only returners, Bradford, Westbrook. Yeah. That's it. And they look like they've been doing this together for 4 years.
We talked about it a bit on Wednesday and earlier tonight. You just can't overstate the veteran value here. The people that just know how to play team basketball. And we just started there. You have to give props to the captain, Avina Westbrook. And she told us on Wednesday on a minutes restriction. So I think she knew coming in, look, I'm not playing every minute of this game. Let me build a team that can, and then I'll add.
Well, Avina went into the draft knowing exactly what she was looking for, and when you watch night 1, you watch night 2, and you see the squad she assembled and put together, you know that she knew exactly what she wanted in this squad. And to your point, Greg, when you have vets, and as many vets as they have on their team, it doesn't really matter if you run a single play because they understand basketball. They understand pass and cut. They understand moving without the basketball. They understand setting screens for each other. They understand competing and playing hard.
Let's check in with Emily.
Yeah, Avina Westbrook told me that her draft strategy was to bring in players with high basketball IQ. She said she was actually scouting some players during scrimmages in case she ever became a captain and would need to put a team together. She said the goal was to get vets and players who've been here before so they lead themselves. She said she doesn't want to make all the decisions just because she's the captain. She told her team at the start of this thing, we're in this together. Seems to be working.
There's no doubt about that, Emily.
Yeah, I'll say.
And they're doing it now. They're down a few. So Soraya McGuire coming in, not available. They expect her back tomorrow. And then Victoria Saxton not returning on the bench now. How about Healy spinning it? Everything but the layup.
I don't care that she missed it. I do care. But what a move, a series of moves. Great footwork.
She was
you
so
know
frustrated.
She wanted that one.
On the way back down.
She wanted that one to go down. Good pass, extra pass.
Ty Harris. The passes are there, just couldn't knock that one down. It's a 13-7 lead in the fourth, adding Clark. So Colson trying to salvage a quarter victory here.
Team Colson, they're trying to get out of here with a win this quarter.
60 points remaining for this fourth quarter, and then 180 for the win. Seems as if Westbrook will secure that point total. Oh, Nurse took a big shot.
Alyssa Peely behind the back, attacking the basket, going one way, no, come back, reverse, everything but the bucket. Peely, I like it. Yeah, we want it to go down, but I love it. Her ability to handle the basketball on the perimeter. I see you, big girl. Go to work.
Little Dream Shake-esque there, trying to swing it back one way, then the other.
It was a little bit.
Nurse now at the line.
So can Team Colson hold on to this 7-point lead in the fourth quarter to walk away with 60 points?
And that's what adds the intrigue here to AU. In a game where you turn it on and say, okay, 90-68, we know Team Westbrook has this in the bag. There's still something for Team Colson to play for here. It's all going to tally up. Again, the teams are going to get redrafted. So everyone on this team, they don't know where they're playing next week. They know they want to earn those points, though. It means something in the long run.
Yeah, well, when you, absolutely, because you look at the score and you're like, they're not going to win the game. But if they win this quarter, every player on Team Colson will get 60 points. And that single-handedly can move them up the leaderboard.
Nurse currently ahead in a number one, just beyond Bradford. And then Harris It's all Westbrook.
All
in
Westbrook.
the top 10.
And why? Yes, because they have their individual stat points, but they've won every single quarter game. Night 1 and night 2, they've won every single quarter, and they won the game. So
Yeah.
that's a lot of points added to their individual stat points. That's why Team Westbrook is in the top 10.
As we go, it will mix up a bit more typically, but Westbrook again has just had this amazing start to the season. Colson helping up Harris in the backcourt, and then a whistle on Caldwell as she drove. Be sure to check out the brand new AU Pro Athletes Marketplace. This hub is for businesses and fans to engage with AU athletes directly on a variety of individual NIL activities. Go to auprosports.com/marketplace to see how you can support your favorite athletes today. Off the mark for Caldwell. She has 14 tonight, so up from 7 on Wednesday. And make it 15. Just about 90 seconds left in this one. So Colson still holding that fourth quarter lead. Dangerous pass there, and they'll say last touch off of Team Westbrook. Here's the captain, Sid Colson, captain for the first time in her AU career. Into Peely. Good position, but she's blocked.
Crystal Bradford's like, what? What? Good deep.
This has been the matchup we've seen first Williams and now Bradford. Peely can establish great position, but turns, and Team Westbrook able to bring some height.
Well, when she decides that she's going to get in the paint, if it's not a smaller guard defending her, she's undersized. So Elizabeth Williams defending her in the paint. Crystal Bradford is longer, she's taller, so she struggles to get her shot off on bigger post players, but that's when you got to bring them away from the basket and use your advantage, right?
Shot clock to 7. Peely with 3, and she's fouled on a drive there. 1:01 to go in the quarter. They'll go again, Sherrod.
Second foul, under 2 minutes. At the line, number 35, 4, 2
Now here's Peely to the line from Anchorage, 3-time Alaska Player of the Year in high school days. Good on the first.
She has a really nice stroke. Oh.
No one home here, Bell. Too easy. But Colson still in a good spot here, up 7 in this fourth quarter, 18-11. Going to hang on and get 60 points. They know that Westbrook will take the game bonus of 180. Nurse now on the attack. Launching. Rebound there for Lydia Rivers, a tie-up, and we'll jump it up. Oh, foul, actually. Foul on Sherrod. They were trying for a tie-up, but a foul. Don't forget more AU hoops on the way. Team Harrison and Team Bell coming up, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Check out where to watch on the website at auprobasketball.com. Here's Lydia Rivers.
Well, it's looking like Team Westbrook might lose their first quarter.
You were asked not to jinx
I know,
them.
I don't want to say anything else.
That is what has occurred. If anyone's wondering.
It's my fault.
Sherrod. pressure now. It's a 7-point margin, and they turn it over.
Well, it ain't over with yet.
I think it's going to get a little interesting here. There's your quarter score, 20-13. Valuable because it means 60 points for Team Colson. They can hang on. Harris, front rim, Clark the rebound, and that should do it. And a takeaway here by Bradford. Bradford from 3, no good. And the final buzzer sounds. The overall win of Team Westbrook, they lose their first quarter, so 60 points for Team Colson. They salvage that fourth quarter and get something out of what was otherwise another dominant effort from Team Westbrook. This squad is absolute nails here, the way they've played through 2 games, and they'll look to sweep week 1 with action coming up tomorrow. Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball is sponsored by the U.S. Air Force. So the final score, 94-73. Again, Cheryl, everyone gets in the mix. One of the big reasons they're winners again, Crystal Bradford. She's standing by with our Emily Proud.
But you did get that overall win. What is it about this team that makes you guys so dominant to start the season?
Nobody's offended. We are absolutely pushing each other to the max. Mistakes, we're not hard on each other. Letting them get through the mistakes, but always giving each other advice. Always. Timeouts, everybody's active in the timeout. Everybody's talking to them.
I don't know how you in particular have any more energy left. I've been told, though, that you have no shortage of supply. What is it about this team that makes you better in particular?
Let me be me. I said it the first time. I have a lot of analogies. Not necessarily jokes. So when I share my analogies, they hear me, they locked in, they're buying into it, and that gives me a lot of energy. It makes me thrive.
Yeah, we had you mic'd up this game, so we heard some. It was great. No, there was some editing there, but no, our friend Cheryl Swoops, who's on this broadcast, said that this might be the best team she's ever seen assembled in AU Pro Basketball. You agree with that?
Love me some Cheryl. I think so. I think we're very balanced. Shout out to Victoria. She had a Saxton. She had a little injury, but she came on that bench and supported us the whole way. So it's, when you're in a team and you're battling, you're at war. It's a family-oriented thing. So we was very together. So the cohesiveness, maybe.
All right, one more game with this group. Congratulations.
I know. I'm enjoying it. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hi, Mom.
Powered by analogies. That's what Bradford brings. Let's take a look at our leaderboard. Such a good, positive addition to this team. And Crystal Bradford ahead of the crowd. Keep in mind it doesn't factor in the MVP points. Those are still to be determined, but it does have the win points. And Crystal's right there ahead of Kia Nurse.
Yeah, I just love everything about Crystal Bradford, but more than that, I love everything about this Team Westbrook squad, and they absolutely are a problem.
They filled the stat sheet. 7 in double figures. That's pretty ridiculous. They spread it around, get everyone involved. Bria Hartley leads the charge with 16 points, Nurse with 15 and 8 boards. Once again, our final score, 94-73. Team Westbrook takes it. Athletes Unlimited Pro Basketball continues tonight at 8:30 p.m. Eastern as Team Bell faces Team Harrison. Check out where to watch on the website, auprobasketball.com. For Cheryl Swoops, Emily Proud, and our entire crew, I'm Greg Meskel. Thanks for watching.
Athletes Unlimited. 4 weeks is a high streak, but only